Darcy had always tolerated Miss Bingley and the Hursts because of his friendship with Bingley, and because they were the people he was expected to associate with. They were of the correct social class, age and lineages, though there was the shadow of trade in the Bingleys' past. Were those criteria truly the best way to establish with whom to fill one's days? Darcy looked about the room again. Miss Bingley, seeing his gaze on her, stifled a yawn and gave him a fawning smile. Mrs. Hurst was playing with her bracelets, not even pretending to enjoy Georgiana's performance. Mr. Hurst was asleep on the sofa. Maybe Georgiana had a point. Maybe Darcy should find a way to avoid talking to most of his guests. The more he considered his reasons for the company he kept, the less substantial they seemed. Instead, why not surround himself with people whose company he actually cared for, regardless of their station? Darcy glanced over his shoulder at Bingley, wondering if he would be up for a game of billiards. Bingley was seated at a desk, going through the post. At least he wasn't pretending to pay attention, though he was sure to get an earful from his sisters later for not making the effort. Darcy would be daft not to realise they had ideas about Bingley wedding Georgiana. In spite of Bingley's imperfect lineage, Darcy would have welcomed the match, were there any sign of romantic affection between them. Even before Elizabeth's criticism of him had awakened him to some of his less savoury characteristics, Darcy knew it would be better for his sister to have a man as good-hearted and financially sound as Bingley than one with a title. "Oh, no!" Bingley exclaimed. "What is the matter?" Darcy asked, turning more fully around in his seat. Georgiana's fingers stilled on the keys. "Sir William Lucas wrote me. Longbourn has burned down. The family died." Darcy's heart froze in his chest. "Elizabeth? Dead?" "Poor Miss Bennet," Miss Bingley said. "She was very lovely." "She wasn't home," Bingley said, his eyes fixed on the words he was reading. The relief in Bingley's voice spoke volumes, his expression shifting from horrified to merely troubled. Darcy was peripherally aware of Bingley's sisters exchanging looks. He watched Bingley read on, too shocked by the loss of Elizabeth to speak. "Neither was her sister Elizabeth," Bingley said. Logically, Darcy knew it had been mere seconds between revelations, but an eternity of time drew to a close at Bingley's words. Darcy found himself able to breathe again, his heart shuddering back to life. He realised there was pain in his hands and looked down, finding them tightly fisted. Slowly he uncurled his fingers.